part 2 for the decoding of My Fair Lady. In this scene, you can see the level of respect that Eliza Doolittle will not have any, actually. There is no level of respect for her.
Sit down.
He demands, sit down. He's very authoritative. He's showing the control that he has. And of course, again, there are more of his people there that have his back, and they're co-signing all the way. She's obviously uncomfortable. She's out of her element, and she went to them for help. But she will get the help that she thinks she is going to get. But there's a sacrifice in this movie. This movie is a movie that, like I said previously, if you are not on the correct frequency, you're not going to comprehend. But there is a complete, utter, obvious sacrifice of this woman. Here's a scene. She's confused. She's never taken a bath in her life, and she's afraid of what's going to happen to her. And she's screaming throughout the entire time, I'm a good girl, I am, and she doesn't want to take this bath. And the song that follows the situation of her being made to get in this tub is an indicator of what has happened to her. You can hear her. Copyright infringement, I don't have time for, therefore I'm not going to show all of it. But they're basically making this woman, and you see the smoke, it's symbolism that they're sacrificing this woman. The song that follows is the one where he's saying, I will never have a woman in my life. And he says this in true form because he knows that this woman is being sacrificed. After she comes out of the shower and she's all cleaned up, remember, clones look very clean and spiffy and almost flawless, some of them. She comes out and he literally teaches her how to speak. It can't be any more blunt than this. He sits her down. She's in a chair. She's going through speech training. As if she doesn't know how to talk. Yes, it's that obvious. When you've awakened and you're able to see some of these things, you get the process of what they've done in these movies. I know that there's a lot more that there is to learn, but I'm sharing these things with you so you can look out for people like this and their temptations that they have. It seems like, oh, he's making her a better woman and doing things for her. But in all actuality, he's already taken her soul and replaced her. And this is evident throughout the movie. When she sees her father, he doesn't recognize her. When she sees other people that have known her, they don't recognize her. It's as if she's a different person. He's made her this glamorous lady and taken her to different places where in the scenes you can see that almost all of the people that she is around in these uppity areas where these bougie people are, they've already been taken. And the significance is to recognize whose company you're in, to see who is around that you can feel has the most high spirit in them and who does not. These are important things to look for. Now, throughout the process, the Professor Higgins, he's training her, and Eliza is deprived of food at times, and she doesn't have a lot of energy because she's being overworked. Even though she is a clone at this point, she's been overworked, and there's no recognition whatsoever for her being tiresome. He gives a bird food, overlooks her to show that he has no regard for this woman. there are different symbolisms in the movie that express how disgenuine and how blatant they have made this. Her father, he finds out where she is, and he goes in and asks if he can get $5 for his daughter. He's a low-grade alcoholic, and he comes in, and the professor is looking at him like, what in the world are you doing? And the professor keeps accusing this man of sending his daughter to him. He asks him more than once. And this is symbolism of parents when they sacrifice their children. And in this story, he does get a reward. The professor makes a phone call, and the father gets an annual, which is a yearly allowance from a man who left some money for him in his will. And it shows that the father is getting money from doing this. There's a lot of symbolism in this movie that if you're not aware, you won't be able to catch. Like I said, it looks like a beautiful musical. Maybe some people have sung these songs that they're singing in schools. Nevertheless, pay attention, pay close attention when you watch certain things, when you see if there is truth there. Look at it in detail. This scene is after she's been sacrificed. She's talking to a king, and she's visualizing. And she says, all I want is Henry Higgins' head, because she's upset. She realizes something isn't right, and he's rude to her. He's mean to her. He calls her these obscene words throughout the movie. Literally no respect. The arrogance at its all-time high. There's real symbolism. And it is at the end of the movie, and there's a flash of VRIL, and it shows that this is one of their recipes that they do to get people into their little web. And now you're going to see that this man is, in her mind, he is about to be taken. Again, symbolism all throughout My Fair Lady. This is showing that she has a wish that he would be taken aback. And the sad part about it is when they end this movie, they make it seem like Eliza is benefited by having to stay with him. And in all actuality, she's not benefiting at all. It's her questioning, what's going to happen to me? What's going to become of me? And he avoids it. He puts proposals there, but never does anything to really help her. And she feels like she's backed into a wall and that there aren't any other alternatives. So she, at the end of the movie, goes back, and he has the same arrogant attitude, and it's a horrible ending. Again, it may look like it's a happy ending, happy movie, but it's not. This scene is where they've gotten her all pretty, and she has on a beautiful, nice dress, but let's hear her words. And look at these Sadidi people. Look at this. Seriously? The lady faints. They can't take those words. This is how high on their little levels they are. This is the bougie robots. I can't believe that she said such a thing. Ridiculous. I will finish up again. This is part 2, and I'll do part 3.